Join us the first Friday of every month at Ultimate Audio and Fabrication in Mobile, Alabama, from 6 to 9 p.m. Come to our meet and greet and you will see the most premium cars and trucks in Mobile, Alabama. Also featuring Base Wars, the South's premier car audio competitive organization. You've heard of the Base Wars organization. You've probably considered competing in the Base Wars organization. Friends, it's time to pull the trigger.
This is just the beginning.
Base Wars will be attending Slamology, the world's largest automotive and music festival. Yes, friends, you heard that correct. For the first time, Base Wars will be attending Slamology. This is very exciting news, so don't miss your chance to compete with us. You'll enjoy our atmosphere and our laid-back style of competing. Those of us from Slamology, Base Wars, Kicker, and Sky High look forward to seeing you at the world's largest automotive show and music festival, June 10th through the 12th at Indianapolis, Indiana. Hello, everybody. How are y'all? Anybody hear Jimmy, or is it just me? Oh, Jimmy, you're muted. I got you. Maybe I don't.
There. Sorry.
Hey, yeah, we hear you better now.
That last video you played was amazing, but I want to let you know the vocals were kind of cutting in and out. Like 1 minute it would be real low, the next minute it would be real high. It just kind of kept going up.
Some computer thing. I don't know. I just push play. Right? Yeah, so I like it though. That's a fun video.
No, I did like it. I like how you kind of started it a little early, kind of gave it that little run off there too. So
yeah. Hey, I'm learning.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Right?
So how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. But I have to work on my accent, my country accent. I was told that it's too country to be on the show, and that I have to accent. So you got to help me out,
sir. I mean,
start talking too country. You just tell me
country.
Right. I'm gonna start telling people I'm from New York.
Young too.
Right.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Appreciate you guys coming in, watching our show. We're going to have a pretty amazing guest on tonight. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with him, and if not, you will be very soon.
Right. We've had Joe on here before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I see Brett likes our videos.
Absolutely. He should be.
Listen, I'm going to give you guys the clue. I started them early. So it's like, it's only 10 after and we're already going. So, you know.
Exactly. I kind of like it.
I like it too. And I work so hard on them things, man. That's probably 100 hours of video you guys just watched in 15 minutes.
Yeah. There's a lot more to it for sure.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Well,
it's 100 hours because I'm so bad at it.
Yeah.
Learning, you know.
You're getting better. You're getting better for sure.
Yeah, unless I retire. Then I won't.
Some of that intro mood. That's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. No, man. I make it all bump. If you watch those videos in your base ride, you're going to be pleased.
He's got his hand in a little rebasing there before he got it.
Well, I went and I have a subwoofer here on my computer and these little studio speakers. So when I'm previewing the music, if it don't bump, I don't use it. Now, it's not a 20 hertz, let's hold it for 10 seconds bump. You know. But
you're all right for a bald guy.
Right.
Well, you think we ought to go ahead and bring our guest in? I think people are anxiously waiting.
Yeah, let's talk about this right before we do, though. You have a show this weekend, or is it the next weekend?
Next weekend, I have two shows back to back. I have one Saturday and one Sunday.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
You better eat your Wheaties.
One of them will be in Junction City.
Yeah.
And the other will be kind of up north here in North Kansas City. So one's with Super Dave on Saturday, and then Sunday I will be up there at my audio show where you came up to the time and delivered trophies.
Oh, yeah, I remember. So, do we have that one on the schedule?
I hope it is.
I don't remember making it. We may have, but
it should be. But I need tag plates, though, sir.
Ooh, by when?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Okay, yeah, that's doable.
So, my audio Kansas.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. So I guess Jordan's got one this weekend. I saw I'm talking about one in Biloxi. I guess we do those once a month. So they seem like they're coming really fast.
It's I mean the way it is right now, and I hate to say it, but I've been kind of preaching to everybody, and I don't think everybody listened to me when I told them probably 3 months ago if they wanted to have a show this summer, they better hit me up because I mean I'm pretty well booked. I might have a couple, 2 or 3 shows that I might be able to sneak in at later dates, but right now between June all the way up to heck maybe August, I'm pretty well booked with shows.
I'm
And I
just
don't
going to
wanna-
throw it out there, though. If anybody wants to have a show in Hawaii or Jamaica or anything like that.
Oh yeah, I'll cancel my show here.
Well, no. You're busy. I got it. But, I could probably accommodate them, if they throw us a little airplane money.
Mama
Right.
said August, so yeah, we're booked up to August at least. So
Dang, that's a good deal.
absolutely, for sure. I'm glad about it.
Yeah.
So most definitely.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So I'm watching Joe in the background and trying to let him finish his potato chips before we bring him on, but I'm not sure if that was
I don't know what he's eating on there.
he's chugging something. I don't know if he's nervous. That was a beer, a Coca-Cola, or milk.
It's a Coke, probably.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe's not a drinker that I know of.
No, I know. I was just messing with him.
If he is, he's hit it for me, and we've been friends for a little bit.
Right. All
Well,
right.
I guess
Let's bring him on.
enough talking about it. Here's
All right.
the man, the legend.
Right. Hello. We can't hear you.
Hang on. I had him muted. There you go.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Jimmy's like, man, we don't need to hear this fool.
Just see him in the background. That's good enough. Everybody knows who he is.
Right. He's pretty. We just look at him.
What's up, Bubba? How are you? Do you
How's
hear
it going, Joe?
Joe? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Right.
You got a lag or something, sir?
No, I'm trying to see the comments
Oh.
as they come, but I can't do it, so it's all right.
Are you on the phone? Yeah. There's some
Yeah.
way you do it, but I don't remember.
I can't remember either. I think if you flip the screen sideways, it'll make. What do you have your rotate on your phone? And you should be able to rotate it, and it'll make the screen bigger.
Hey, any cool comments, we'll pop them up on the screen where you can read them.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is a really cool one. What do you think about this one?
I had my eyes dilated at the eye doctor about 3 hours ago, so everything's still
man.
kind of blurry.
Right. Yeah.
Understandable for sure.
They told me I was staring at a computer for too long.
Ah, that happens.
You don't know
But
how
I
to
can
use
see my
the phone.
computer very
I
well.
believe that, Caleb. Go show him how to flip his phone. If he flips your phone, it'll make the screen wider, and you should be able to see comments. But it's all good. You probably don't have rotate on your phone. It's in the options up top. So how's the family? How's everybody down there?
Everybody's doing great. I'm looking forward to these big shows coming up. Slamology, shows like that.
You going to Slam this year for sure then?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. I'm
That's
looking
great.
forward to it. I didn't get to go last year, and everybody said they had a blast.
Yeah. I only spent one day, but it wasn't enough. I can tell you that.
I did one all weekend long last year.
Yeah.
I bought that new ride and just played it all weekend long.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I decided to go up. I drove up Friday, did the show on Saturday, and drove home Sunday. It was not enough time.
So I guess there's another Joe Price that's supposedly in jail, and
Yeah, it's not you. And turns out the guy's name was not Price; it was Reeves, and then that wasn't even true. So it was.
Yeah, that's all crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned that after we spoke.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah, but listen, we had some people message us saying, we're promoting, drug heads, I'm like, I don't think Joe does drugs. I don't think he's in jail.
Yeah. Joe's too busy taking care of his kids because he's got a lot of them.
Right. Got a horse too, right?
I do.
He's got probably like a horse, and last time I was out there, he had like 6 German Shepherds too.
That's correct.
People with horses don't go to jail.
Can't.
Right.
But yeah,
So listen, so we started taking on sponsors. Base Wars did, and Joe is our first sponsor, right? And how cool is that? That's why I got his logo up behind. You can't see my cursor, but it's up there.
I can see it. Yeah, it's up there on top.
You're not blind, you can see, huh?
Yeah, I'm very, very honored to be a sponsor, and
we
very glad.
appreciate it too.
Yeah, I believe in Base Wars. I believe what y'all stand for. I've been to a couple dozen shows, and every show I've been to, I had fun, and that's one of the the main words is fun. For so long, I went to shows, and they just wasn't fun. It was more just about rules, and everybody arguing, or only people, everybody only worried about a number or a score. Go to Base Wars show, everybody acts like more like family. It's more of just a fun environment. At least that's what I get. That's what I took out of it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything. There's been a couple shows that I've had where there's been like 1 or 2 silly things where somebody has called somebody out, or somebody has tried to get silly, but then they'll go over in the corner, they'll talk about it, come back, and it's all good for the rest of the day, and you never hear anything. I mean, it's kind of really rare that you hear any qualms or anything over rules or regulations, or, oh, you're cheating, or you're doing this. How can you cheat if we don't have the rules for you to cheat?
Right? That's where we are.
I mean, seriously, how can somebody call you out for cheating? There's no rules that say that he can't do it, so don't be mad that he did it. You need to go do it yourself. It kind of really just takes all the BS out of it, I think, and it just it brings the fun back to the lanes. It really does.
Yeah. Honestly, so far, the most problem we've had is from people that doesn't compete with us. Literally.
Until they get into the lane one time.
And talking about us from people that don't compete with us.
100%.
So some big news is I'm now doing, designing full time. I was able to quit my day job and come home and, design for a living. And it's my, it's my passion. So
that's
really
cool.
excited about that.
Right. How long have you been doing it full time?
Actually, it's my 2nd week.
You're loving it, huh?
I love it. It's it's I have fun doing it, and I wake up, excited to do it, and I think that makes the biggest difference is when somebody has a passion to do something, versus getting made to do something because they have to.
Yeah.
This is something I really like doing.
They say if you do what you like, you never work a day in your life, man.
I'm starting to realize that. I wish I'd have done this a long time ago.
I believe that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've had jobs before. Man, it's like I didn't want to go. Can't wait to leave. Just miserable. And then I've done things that just never was like work.
Yeah. Well, that's why I guess I got the happy medium. I love my job for the most time, but there's some times where I got to go in at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning to help out. I'm like, damn it, I hate this job.
Right.
But, I still love my job. Good pay, good people that I work with. So, it's as long as you find something you like to do, it's amazing. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm glad you found that passion or that itch, to get you there, Joe, for sure.
I might not have the same amount of followers, as some of the other designers do. They have been doing it longer, but everybody starts out at zero. You really think about it, everybody starts out at zero. And I am extremely grateful for all the customers I've had. Anybody that has supported me, anybody that has given me advice, anybody that had maybe just listened to what I had to say, or somebody maybe shared a post or liked a post or any of that. I'm just very grateful.
Yeah.
So,
100%. I mean, they'd be silly not to listen to you. I mean, even if say, for instance, you wasn't their box designer and you were still giving them tips or pointers, they would really.
I still do that. I do that all the time, and I like helping people with their builds. I like the technical part of it. I like when they're having a problem. I like troubleshooting. Just kind of makes me feel like accomplishment if I help somebody figure something out.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
Yep.
I accomplished myself out of some money one time. The guy says, "Man, do what you need to do for it to get louder." And he had I think a dual 4, right? And he was wired at 8 ohms, and it was a console box. So I wired him at 2, and he was way louder. But he didn't have to spend any money, and it was terrible.
And all capital letters too, Joe. I wanted to make sure you heard that. They're screaming it out loud.
Yeah, that's a console box that got a 55, right, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. If that's the one they're talking about,
I think that's
Yeah,
tangents
I believe
wise.
so. Yeah, like I said, my eyes are still dilated. Everything's still a little blurry, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was a definitely Brandon Muir built that one, and I designed it, and that's been a real fun build to watch. Come and play.
Right.
So-
Right.
I'm trying to make sure I kind of keep up with some of the comments to make sure you can see all the comments, Joe.
I appreciate it. So yeah, like I'm just I'm very grateful for like all the guys commenting and the scores that they're getting and all that. But most of all, I'm just glad they're happy with their builds. That's the biggest thing. The more stress somebody has with their builds, it seems like they'll start disappearing. Like what happened to that guy? I ain't seen him go to a show in a while. So me being able to keep people happy with their builds and maybe make something a little easier on them is kind of what I'm going for as well.
Yeah.
Now here's where I'm going to put out the all lingering question that everybody wants to know. Where is Joe and when is he coming back?
I honestly have
Yeah.
more fun helping other people get loud. Right now, I'm so focused on the designing aspect of this and learning all the advertisement stuff that I need to do. That right now I'm focusing on this. But me focusing on this also keeps when like Tan got his 155 with that console build. In my heart, that was the same as me right there with him getting that number.
Right.
So that I got more enjoyment out of that than I did most of my builds actually going into the lanes and doing a number for myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel about it. I help somebody with a build in any aspect of it, and they maybe gain a tenth of a dB or even a dB. That's an accomplishment that I feel inside. And so that I get more enjoyment out of that right now than I would actually building something right now and coming back into the lanes.
Yeah.
I'm coming. I will come with something, but it's not right now. It's not for me right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I agree with you and understand what you're saying, but I just think that would also be a good marketing tool too as well. Hey, I took this, I built this, this is what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of people know who you are and know what you can do, but there's a lot of people that's came out in the last 2 or 3 years that may not know who you are. And I think that would help advertisement wise. If you could, physically show, that I took this vehicle from a stock vehicle and did this.
Yeah, I understand that. I get it. Now, I was on the phone with somebody earlier today about a possible big build in November happening for me. That's kind of a secret right now. Other than that, that's all I can say about it. But there might be something coming out at the end of the year, and that's to help promote Noisy Boy Labs and a company as well.
Yeah.
So there's that. But right now, until then, I'm gonna be focused strictly on getting other people out.
So this is what is kind of not cool, but kind of really cool. Is I get to get that same enjoyment that you have, but I only have to spend about 3 minutes to do it. So like when these guys pull up to the lane and they run and they don't get the score they want, I'll be like, hey man, have you tried this? Have you tried this? We'll do it a few times. They're all like weirded out because they're like, wait a minute, man, I don't want to be paying you all this extra run money. I'm like, no, reruns are free, but they don't. It weirds them out that I help them, but man, sometimes we pick up 5 decibels, dude.
Just by having the correct door on the correct side
Oh,
open,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
meter placement, and the right frequency, and just the radio settings could be off, the amplifier could be set wrong,
Right.
something could be out of phase. It could be so many things there that somebody might overlook or don't know to do.
Mhm.
You know,
But it's pretty amazing. Like when we're sitting back and running, and I actually step off to the side and go smoke a cigarette or something, and Mama's behind the mic, she'll yell at him, "Hey, open your door, roll this window down, try your visor, turn your air conditioner on, recirculate." And I'm like, it's just amazing hearing it's coming out from Mama too. I mean, just the stuff that she's learned over the years. It's pretty amazing to watch her help a competitor out. And I mean, just like you said, just the enjoyment behind it's kind of
Yeah.
fun.
We had this one guy had a Nissan Altima, and Jordan, this was over in Pensacola, and Jordan tells the guy's got a trunk build. Jordan tells the guy to pump the trunk, and I'm sitting here thinking, Jordan, dude, you're off it. What are you doing? Pop that trunk, and that guy picked up a couple of decimals, man.
Yeah.
You just never know.
It's so different. I mean, it really is. I mean, and it's different from each vehicle. Just because you copy somebody else's vehicle and build doesn't mean it's going to do the same numbers with you. Just put the work in behind it. Test, tweak, test, more testing, tweak, test, more. I mean, Joe can tell you from experience. I mean, he's a legend at it. He knows how to get loud, but it's all about the time and the effort that you put into it.
Right. After you do the build, then the work starts, right?
And that's where everybody thinks, just because Joe builds or designs you an amazing box, which I know he does, and Joe himself will gladly help you afterwards. There's a little bit of tweaking and tuning you can do to each build that you do.
my job is never done, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy with the fact that somebody's going to hit me up, say, hey, what can I do to get louder? And it might be as simple as testing. It might be as simple as meter placement and stuff like that. And that's where I feel like some of the experience I've had over the years, I could help somebody new that doesn't know to try certain things, and maybe they'll gain a tenth or two, maybe half a dB or more. And any gain's a gain, And that's what I'm trying to do, is just help people. I've had a lot of help coming up, and good friends, good teammates, and I didn't learn it all on my own,
Yeah.
And right now the internet is so full of information that is garbage that it's unreal. I see one guy post about a design, just a simple 12, and then you got 30 different responses of what he should do. Not really asking him what he wants or what his goals are.
Got to start with goals.
What they would
That's
do.
what I always say.
Yeah. What do you
You know?
want?
So frustrating. People
So-
will ask, what do you think? And somebody will come out, will go with this brand. I'm like, you don't even know what he wants to do. It's frustrating. Right?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
It got quiet like we're in church, man.
Sorry, reading comments here. You guys keep talking. Don't let me.
Presbyterian church.
I've got a teddy bear holding my phone,
Oh, okay.
and it keeps moving.
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
what I'm gonna have for my hot seat this year. After finals, I got a huge teddy bear about the size of me. I'm gonna sit that damn teddy bear and put the mic in there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We need to come up with that.
That way, no one could complain anymore that someone's too loud. You have a damn big ass teddy bear.
Right?
Either go to a carnival and buy one of the big ones, or I think they said that they got this one from like Sam's Club or Costco or something like that.
Hey, but Brett Arsenault made a comment earlier. I'm gonna say something about Brett. He was one of the first ones to really do it in the South, and in my honest opinion, and the Mississippi, Louisiana area, he's one of the first ones to really, really do it. He has inspired there's no telling how many base heads in this area.
Yeah.
He is one of the heavy hitters out there.
Yeah, he's got a C pillar doing 60s easy right now.
It's got more than that in it. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, doing 60s easy.
Yeah, him coming back was really cool.
Yeah.
He never really left. He just had to get some stuff, straightened out first. But I'm glad to see him back.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't lying there. He's been around for the last ungodly amount of years. He just hasn't competed for a while. But
Yeah,
he's still always been there.
I mean, he's getting kind of old now, but other than that,
Yeah, I saw gray hair the other day when I was talking to him.
Well, that's because of the kids he's got. The kids are giving him gray hair.
Right. Right.
I need y'all
That's
back
cool.
now. I'm old. Ain't we all, Brett? Ain't we all, sir?
No, man, we're not all old. I'm still a praying chicken.
Uh,
I'm 28.
I was being lazy and I took it down tonight.
Now, I don't know what Jimmy was doing, but I messaged him at like 5 minutes or right before I started those videos. I was like, hey, man, I'm supposed to start. You coming kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he came. But I was like, look like I might be on by myself, just me and Joe.
We all know who that is, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mrs. Loud.
Right. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
cool thing is now that I'm doing this full time, I'll start being able to go a lot more shows and hanging out with everybody. And like you said, the people that have never heard of me or don't know my name, it'd give me a chance to get out there and introduce myself and, interact.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you got, I know you got stickers for sale. You have shirts for sale and, as well as all your box designs and stuff too as well. Do you have a webpage yet?
I do not have a web page yet. All I got is my Facebook page. I'm looking into a web page, and that's about as far as I went so far. This is, like I said, I've only been doing it full time for 2 weeks now, and I've been more focused on my quality of my work than the quantity right now. And I wanted to get my name out there before I really pushed for a web page and all that other stuff. Right now,
Well,
I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just trying to make a living and being happy.
Also, if you got plenty of work without all that, you ain't no hurry to get it done, right?
I'm not in a hurry with anything right now. I'm just enjoying life, enjoying doing the designs that I've got on the books, and I'm just happy right now. I'm just happy.
That's all that matters. As long as you can make a good enough living to make you and your family happy, I mean, who cares? It's
Yeah,
all
there's
passion.
always a part of me that's going to want more.
We all do. It's our human nature. We all want more and more and more. But as long as you're happy and your kids and your wife and everybody else is happy, who cares? I mean, seriously.
Well, I'd like to be happy too, Joe. I'd like to be happy. Do whatever you got to do, man. Make me happy.
I'm happy. You just shit on them every day. Shitting on them every day.
I watch a lot of inspirational things. Like Jonathan Price always has videos out there,
Mm-hmm.
Inspirational videos and stuff like that. And,
Yes, sir.
leaving that Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 safety net was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I invested in myself, and so far it's paid off. So anybody that's watching or listening to that, if you ever have a dream, go for it, because life, we don't live forever. Do what makes you happy.
Right.
So that's just something, I wanted to throw out there.
Man, I became self-employed when I was 27, I think, for the first time, I guess. And I've had a couple of jobs here and there, but I like being self-employed. There's ups and downs, big time.
Well,
There's
it's
things.
different if you got a job that you like going to every day, that you can wake up, get out of bed and smile and say, hey, I'm ready to go to work. Or if you wake up on a Monday hating life and like, man, I got to go to work today. That's two differences. I was waking up on Mondays, hating Mondays and loving Fridays, and only living for a Saturday and a Sunday. right now I'm living for Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
what's up. That's
So
what's
So
up.
for
that's
me,
that's a big difference.
for me, it was when I have a job for someone else, there's only so much I can do. Greatness is not going to come, right? But when you're self-employed or when you're doing for yourself, the sky is the limit. And I don't mean if you work for somebody else, the sky is not the limit in that realm. But I mean for if you're on salary, let's say, then no matter what you do, you may get a commission. There's a little bonus here or there, but you're going to get the same money every week, right? So
No
for
matter if it's
me,
40 to 70 hours.
it was a lot more fun to hope for a better week, try to make a better week happen however you want. Now, many times you fall short. That's where I say there's those ups and downs. There's the lows are low and the highs are really high. But after you've done it for a while, it's just a happy medium. You're not too worried about it. And you know that if you have a bad week, next week will be a good one or whatever. But, yeah. But at least you have the mind to say, okay, well, I can dream because I can make it happen. But when you're sitting at the counter checking somebody out, there's only so much you can do.
I
Right.
remember about 8 months ago when I was actually, sitting at a table with you and Jordan talking about the same thing,
Mhm.
and, basically saying, hey, I think I want to start designing. It all started with an idea, a dream.
Yeah.
I just kind of went after it.
Right. That's what you got to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think I have told everybody, Base Wars, this wasn't a plan. This was I answered a call to some people wanting to have some meet and greets, and here we are. And that is literally how it went. It was never a plan, and it was certainly never a plan to grow,
I can say that I really feel that Base Wars has contributed to the success the success I've had so far with Noisy Boy Labs.
Well, that's really, yeah.
Well, a lot of people in this area, have hit me up with designs and stuff, and a lot of them run Base Wars. Now, I'm not saying I haven't had a lot of customers hit me up that run other orgs, but a lot of it has been Base Wars. And so that gives me more customers because used to we didn't have as much. We had USAC down here for a while, and that was really about the only show in town. Now, Base Wars is hitting off pretty big, and I'm glad to see that, by the way. And it's just a whole different feel. It's a whole different environment for the good. So there's more shows. Almost every week I see that y'all have a show somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Before you would have to wait maybe 2 months to go to a show, and now you don't. So I'm very excited to see that. I'm very excited to see that, the competition scene is alive in this area. So
I sometimes wonder, man, if I'm not spoiling them in a way that, maybe we're having too many. I don't want them to get bored with it, but I want them to have the opportunity to compete,
We definitely appreciate that, James, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I agree with that 100% about it's brought, many bass heads back into the competition scene. Like I said, it's a whole different feel. It really is.
100%.
The first Base Wars show I went to, Jordan invited me. He said, man, why don't you come check it out? Jordan's a good friend of mine. So, of course, I support my friends. They've always supported me. So I went, and, man, I was just mind blown about how easily everything ran. Just everybody was in a good mood. It just seemed like everything went so smooth. Now, I'm not saying it's always going to be like that at every single show, every event, but when you can just go to a single show and actually feel like you can relax and actually having a good time, when you go home, you feel like you just had a mini vacation. When I used to compete with, I ain't gonna say no, with other orgs, I would come home and I just felt like I wiped out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't.
100%.
Since I started it, and I'm on a different perspective. I can't experience that. When I go there, I'm taking video, trying to get something to promote.
talking with people or whatnot. That's always fun. But I don't experience it the way you guys experience it. The stuff you're talking about, man, I don't see, because all I hear, like if I walk by and I hear, man, I don't like those tag plates. You know, they seem like we get something better than tag plates. I'm like, and in my mind, you know, I'm thinking, you know, start spinning. What can I do better than tag plates? What can I, you know? And now I'm all bothered by it. So every little thing I hear, it's like it puts you to thinking. So it's not the vacation for me that it is for you guys, you know.
Well, I know, like when I started running Base Wars 2 years ago, you know, I ain't been in the lane since. And that's kind of hurt a little bit. You know, I got addicted.
Yeah.
I got back in there, and it was fun. And I told everybody I was coming back this year, and I plan on it if I ever get a chance to bring the damn Tahoe somewhere, but it still sits out in the driveway. So
Right.
I want to start competing again. I want to start having fun a little bit. So
Hey,
So
this is the coolest thing right there.
So this might not be an option, but I had mentioned it before.
ouch.
I would be more than happy to sponsor a Loudest of the Show award for most of your, you know, Base Wars bigger shows.
Yeah.
It was
We'll talk
One
about it.
tag to the Loudest of the Show, and I'll pay for the tags.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hurtful,
we'll talk
David.
about that for sure.
It's hurtful,
Um,
David.
I feel
Right.
like whoever comes and is loudest of the show should get an award.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's like achievement, you know, like, hey, I was the loudest out of everybody here. You know, I'm the loudest. So I really feel like that's a cool award to give out. If y'all are interested, I'd be more than happy to sponsor that as
Right.
well.
Yeah, oh yeah, we do it. We
So-
do it. No problem with it all.
I threw that out there live like this, so I'm locked in with it, so nobody else can try to take
Right.
that.
Right.
Yes. Port Wars.
That also
Hey, hang on.
says who I am as a competitor, as a designer, who I am. All in, you know, if somebody goes to a show and they're all in, and they're loudest of the show, I really feel like they deserve something. You know, they put the time and effort in that most people won't understand, and I do understand it.
Hey,
Yes. Yes.
So-
Oh, yeah.
are you telling me that you spent 2 hours to put a piece of tape inside a door panel that didn't work?
It's never worked.
Right?
I've always spent more time taking stuff out.
Right, I know it.
It's always you can always hope it gets louder, but it never does.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna gain a dB. It don't do
Yeah.
it.
Take it out.
Let's put them 45s in that corner. Take them right back out.
Right.
Yep.
But you don't know till you try.
I've tried it before myself.
Hey, so interesting story is your fresh air, you know, recycle door in your vehicle. I've actually seen people push that button and gain a quarter
Yeah.
dB before.
Oh yeah.
So something as simple as
You
that.
taught me that. You taught me that at USAC finals 2 years or 2019. Turn turn the air conditioner on and turn the recirculation button on, and I actually gained. I want to say like 0.5.
And that's at a high SPL. That's a big game.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It can make a difference between first and second place, or second and third, or third and fourth.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yep, between you and Drew and everybody else over there tweaking and tuning, you guys got that nitro as loud as it got. I mean, I put a lot of time and hard work into it, but with your guys' knowledge behind, you guys helped me get that loud.
Right.
Team Notorious rocks.
He must have been listening to an idiot.
you know, sometimes those ports like that, you really got to play around with them and see if they're going to work or not. You know, they could have worked in another vehicle or another build, and sometimes they just won't work in your build. That's not saying that was a bad idea or anything like that. It just didn't work in your build.
I told him that fella was a genius and that it was probably a good idea, but he didn't believe me.
Turn the AC on and turn it on recirculate.
Brett said I didn't know nothing earlier, so I can't help him.
Yeah.
Fool, full tilt and just unpause. Try that.
Yeah, that's a good way.
I've done it once in my life, and I'll never do it again. Cost me some recons.
Yeah, I was like, how much did it cost?
Recons.
Yeah.
Somebody said I'd gain a 10th. I tried it, and I was stupid.
You sent them thing.
That's hilarious. Oh, yeah.
Noisy Boy Labs. I like it. Yeah, Richard, I know you're going to get a whole bunch of them trophies, man.
Yeah, you got a bunch
Might
of
as well just send you a dozen of them.
right?
Yeah.
So,
That
That
Joe,
would have to be something that, that the base wars would have to agree on and, get with me on. But I would be fully
we do it.
supportive of that.
We do it. I don't mind.
We said we'd do it, then that means we're doing it. No turning back now.
You're
That's
right,
fine.
Lawrence. That
Locked
does
in.
in
I
some
was standing there talking to Joey Semino and Free Jones, eating some kind of a Philly sandwich, and we talked about C-pillar classes. And about 4 weeks later, we even rolled them out. Right?
I think that's a great idea. C-pillar
Yeah.
classes. I think that's just, that really separates you. Your full on, B-pillar walls and C-pillars
Yeah.
just gonna have a hard time keeping up.
right.
Except, like Brett Arsenault's, that's an
Right.
exception to the rule there.
We got a guy down here that's got 12 12s in his C pillar. His name's Super Dave. He's the guy that's on the show next weekend.
I thought that
and
was 12.
I know he is. Yeah.
He's only got like a 4,500 on there. I mean,
Right,
if he
it's-
actually put some
It
power
is-
behind
it
that thing,
moves.
I've seen it when he's had a couple big amplifiers on that thing, and I was pretty impressed. And I'm not saying I'm somebody, but it takes a lot to impress me.
Yeah,
Joe
he
was the
puts
first one
power
to
on
ever
it. He's
tap
gonna
me
have to. He puts power on it. He's gonna have to get him another vehicle.
Yeah, Joe Price was the first one to ever tap me out, and I talked mad shit until he
Right.
finally did tap me out.
I didn't even turn it up and you jumped out of there.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
You turned it up and looked at me like, okay, and then gave me some more, and I was like, all right, enough.
Yeah. So I want to take a time out and talk about Slamology for 2 seconds. If you go into Slamology and you pre-register, please pre-register, save yourself $20. And when you have the option, you select Base Wars as the reason you're going. It'd make me feel real good when I get to Slamology.
Will do.
Thank you, Keely. I appreciate that.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, see, so there's a reason why he pulls it out and walks all the way down to the side of the van.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're going to get hurt. When
Right.
he
Yeah, I
gets
sat in that
it's over.
build that I tapped you out in. I tried sitting in it one time. I got in there. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just see what it feels like. I got halfway up on my volume knob, and I said, that's not for me. I felt like my ribs were crushing. I couldn't take it.
All weekend long, I was in pain. I mean, seriously, I felt like I walked around with like 200 pounds of weights just sitting on my chest all weekend long after you did that to me. I was hurt. I asked for it. And it was my own stupidity, but I'll tell you, I was hurt that weekend. It beat the dog piss out of me, and it didn't help. It was like 90,000 degrees down there. We were all stuck on the blacktop down there. I think that's the same weekend Drew got sick. Sun poisoning sick, But yeah, that was a nasty weekend.
That was a fun weekend, though.
For you, beating
Right.
everybody.
Was that scraping?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I think
You
that was
think
my
that-
first.
Didn't the windshield wind up cracking all up? At that time, at that one.
I've went through so many windshields. I used to carry spare windshields on top of the van, and after shows, I would replace them so I could drive home. Seriously,
Wow.
I drove all the way to New Mexico with a windshield strapped to the roof of the van. It actually had it was in a cardboard box with cushion and stuff. But I drove all the way to New Mexico.
You drove
18
that
hour
van to
drive
New
one way.
Mexico? You drove that van to New Mexico?
Yeah.
The gray one?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
With the build in there, and that's the same year you won the death match, right?
Sure was.
Yep.
That was fun.
Wow.
You
I
turned
would
it
not
down
suggest
with
driving
the
that thing 18 hours.
I was gonna
No
say
way.
those things they kind of put your knees in your chest. You know, they're not comfortable.
If I was any bigger, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah, I forget about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So, Brett, let's talk about sponsorships, man. We had a conversation about that. What do you think about that sponsorship thing?
I mean, I feel like you kind of need to go a little bit into detail, and I mean,
Okay, we were talking about
maybe later on down the road, and but I just there's been quite a few people that have reached out that want to help and sponsor
Yeah.
Base Wars, and I've told them I wanted to get back. So
yeah, I know.
we need to.
I'm not talking about for Base Wars. I mean for manufacturers in general, to anywhere. Yeah,
Here we go, Joe.
everybody should sponsor Base Wars now that we're taking them, right?
Hey, here's how that went down. We was just talking about it, and I said, Billy, I just sent you money. It's a done deal. You can't change your mind.
Yeah, that was the kind of how it went down. Yeah,
So, I said, you know what? I said, why not? Me be the. I guess Kicker was your first one officially.
yeah,
And I said, well, why not? I said,
Yeah.
I believe in Base Wars. Why not?
yeah.
So, and y'all can figure out all the fine details. And
Yeah. Well, hey, I put you on, so far, I put your logo on a couple videos and something else.
I've seen that, and you did a really good job on these. You know what? The advertisement that I'm seeing from Base Wars also is, in my opinion, better than some of the advertisements I've seen some other shows and orgs lately. Those videos that you've been doing with the music in the background and showing the competitors' builds and
That's
people having fun.
Yeah, I like that.
That is by far, the best advertisement I've seen for shows in a long time.
You know what's odd about that is, so I'm just not real good at that, but it takes me a long time.
You're doing great.
But
You're doing great.
but
right. I can do it.
but what I'm surprised about is how nobody really watches them. The views are really low sometimes. It's like, huh. So I'm like, wow, I worked 10 hours on that video.
I think maybe sometimes you should share them to your personal page, or share them to Joe's page, or share them to
Yeah,
Dan.
maybe so. I share, well,
Share to
you
my
know what?
page.
I don't share them. Yeah, I don't share. I would like to. I share them to a couple of groups, but I don't share them to many groups because I'm like, well, maybe they don't want Base Wars clogging up their stuff because we do a lot of stuff. So if I shared all those graphics and all that stuff to everybody, they probably axe me. Yeah, I try to get people to tag them in them, but if I post them on the page, then I can't tag anybody because the page isn't friends with anybody, kind of thing.
Oh, Base Wars page. I get you.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
That's the reason I always post tag them if you know them because maybe y'all can. I can't.
I think after it's posted, I think somebody can tag people's names in there, so that does make sense actually.
I wish we had a way to track it. Like, so I've been putting your logo on there, right? Just the last couple of videos. And, but there's just no way in the world we'll ever track how much actual good that does. I didn't either. I YouTubed.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like it. It's cool. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not stopping. I'm just going to blow it up, as a matter of fact. Now I need more footage. But I'm just saying, I'm surprised. I can post a graphic, just a graphic with nothing on it almost, and it'll get more whatevers.
Yeah, but you also have to remember that it's got everybody's name underneath there, so that's where it gets shared millions of times by that one person.
Yeah.
That's sort of like
$56.
I could post as many pictures as I want of designs or audio or videos,
Yeah.
and you get like a very few people that'll comment or view it. But I post one picture of my little Civic sitting in front of a Tesla pump. Oh man, it blew up.
I saw that.
You never know what's gonna
Right.
never know what's gonna really hit and not hit, But
I
definitely,
heard whether or not
Hey,
it's true, I heard if you hashtag 3 different things in a video or a post, it actually will get spread out more over Facebook and all of the media streams. Something about like hashtag Civic, hashtag Audio Build, hashtag Tesla. If you would have hashtag like 3 people, just using that for an instance. But if you hashtag 3 people in your videos, that gets spread out over a bigger variety of database. Now, whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But I've heard that from a lot of streamers.
We're trying.
Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I hashtag like 50 things when I post them graphics and when I post them videos. So
I mean, I've actually have heard of it. Seriously, I mean, the more people or the more things you hashtag in there, the bigger genre and variety. Sorry, I couldn't spit that word out. That it will actually go over Facebook or any of the media streams because they can look up Base Wars, or they could look up Joe Price, or they could look up DD, or they could look up, I mean, just everything. Noisy Boys Labs, I mean, poof, right there. I mean, just by hashtagging them.
Yeah. So just for fun, we're talking about this.
Hold on, I gotta. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going, Billy. This is kind of funny though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he is right, Dan.
I don't comment on that kind of stuff.
So, hey, check this out. So, Joe, you watch the internet a little bit, right? Don't go look right now. I want you to guess how many people have liked the Base Wars YouTube page. Just throw me a number that you would think.
YouTube?
YouTube.
I don't even know that one.
10,000.
200. That's it.
I'm sorry.
Right? That's all. Y'all talking about the videos is a thing to do, but I'm like, I don't know about that.
Hey, but all it's going to take is that one video.
More hashtags.
More.
No,
like
I don't
more
hashtag
just,
the videos. I haven't done
more
that.
hashtags in the video, more tagging people.
Yeah,
that's 200 more than maybe another org's got. You could look at it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
200.
I keep track. All the other orgs are like on their pages. They all have more people than we do. Now they don't post as much as we do, not even close. But they got more people for sure. Like DB
they've
Drag,
been doing
like
it for a lot
10,000.
longer though, so that you really can't compare with that. That's not fair,
true.
Billy.
That's
I
true.
mean,
So
you're trying to
don't
go
look
against
at
an organization that's been running for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
And you're trying to put you here. That's
25 for
Well,
DB
you
Drag.
start them
They're
down here and
25
start
years old.
you down here. I think you're probably doing a little better than they did when they started out. And I'm just
I wouldn't look at it as only 200. I would look at it as, man, I've already got 200 views. That's 200 possible customers.
Yeah.
200 possible customers is better than 1,000 non-possible customers. So there you go.
This is true. This is true.
The
I think
glass
I
is
should,
half full instead of half empty kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe I should start hashtagging like Walmart.
Well,
I think you should make a deal about how many
now-
views you're getting. I think you should post about, hey, we got this many views. Let's see if we can get to 300, 400, 500, 600.
Yeah.
Tag
I could do
away.
that. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
You know,
How many
let's do
videos
this
I
tonight.
tag?
Everybody tag all your friends in here tonight. Let's see how many viewers we can get this comment or this.
This is
Video up
going
to
to sound kind of rough, but you know how many times I've shared and a post because somebody said, "Hey, I'm trying to get this many
Like,
likes or this
follow,
many
and
videos,"
share.
and I didn't even watch it. I just tagged because I'm trying to support somebody.
Mm.
I mean,
So-
think about how many times you hear that people say like, follow, and share. I hate to say it, but I'm sorry, but please like, follow, and share.
Well, hold
If
on.
you was to do
hold on. Like, follow, and share will get your stuff hidden. Honestly, I did some research on this. It does. Oh no,
Let's see how.
I know you don't, and I didn't either, but it does. That's the reason I always push just tag them if you know them.
If you do a free
follow, share,
giveaway,
and bury your stuff.
Well, yeah, free giveaways is that's instantly gonna just blow you up, no
Same
matter
thing.
what you do.
Like, follow, share does not work.
But it does with Facebook though.
No, does not work.
Really?
Facebook's the one that told me.
Wow.
They bury it if you do that.
Okay.
I didn't know.
That's good information because I've listened to YouTubers and streamers and everybody, and they always said the more like, follows, and shares they get.
We're
from
all
it.
pretty tight, right? But you won't get anything go viral off like, follow, share from Facebook. I guarantee it.
Okay.
Now, Joe may see your stuff, and I may see it because we're tight.
Well, because we're friends. Yeah, and we follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a difference. So only your friends and the people that are following you is really gonna see what you're posting, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm not sure about all that, but I just know that it won't go viral if you like, share, whatever.
So share it. Tag your friends.
Tag them. That's good.
Share and tag.
Right.
There you go. Share and tag.
Right.
I think we got.
I'm gonna have to say I have seen the free giveaways really, really, get people on board though. I've seen that work multiple times. Small giveaways, like just
It could work.
anything. A shirt,
It could
a
work with
T-shirt
a small
giveaway.
audience or an audience on your page. But as far as viral, not gonna happen.
No, not viral, but it would get more people interested in the page, or at least they would go and like and subscribe to it. Now, if they did this, then Facebook's algorithm will work more for you. The more people that go to your page, see, it can be a benefit.
Yeah. Oh no.
It can
I'm
be.
sure there's a little benefit to it, but it's not the benefit that people think or hope to get. Is not going to happen. They make sure it doesn't happen.
I think it's an over time kind of thing. I think it's doing small things for a long period of time that'll eventually get you built up to. I think that helps. I don't think it hurts anything.
Yeah. And in reality, I don't want, you can buy likes and all that kind of crap, right? But I don't want that. Those are likes that don't count for nothing. People will never come to a baseball show. They don't even know real people. A lot of people do that so they can look like they're all that. They got 20,000 likes, but 10,000 of them are blank profiles or profiles that don't really exist. A lot of people do that.
Okay. I want to go game for this one right here, and I actually have a very good. I will give away one free run.
Hold on,
one
man.
free run.
Oh, please hold on. How you gonna do it?
Well, hang on. I'm gonna cover that right now. Look, for this show right here, one free run. If you can tell me to the 10th what Joe Price's van would actually do fully turned up, and that excludes everybody from the Louisiana region and you, Joe.
Excluding everybody.
Well, I mean, they have to come to the show, or they're not going to get the free, or
I wrote it
no,
down.
no. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but how about that? If you guys want to actually either say it on here tonight, or maybe message Billy later or me later, and we could see. Let's see if anybody could tell us to the 10th what Joe Price's van would do fully turned up.
Yeah. Message
That's not an easy one because Joe would never turn it up all the way.
Right.
There's only a select few people that actually know, so it's going to be a guess from a lot of people.
So the first person to put it in the comments here
There
be
you
the
go.
winner, right?
Yes,
And then
absolutely.
if it doesn't happen here, then the first person after we end this thing to message you.
You got 24 hours.
Okay.
You got 24 hours. It is what time? Sorry, it is 8 o'clock. So you
I
got
know this
24
one.
hours.
I know this one. It was
That's
a
a hint.
39.6,
There you go. There's a hint.
right?
That's just a hint. But you have to know to the 10th. It's going to
Are
be a
you
guess.
talking about Burt or average or what?
How loud his van could get.
Bert,
I'm just going to say
Bert.
it. I'm just
Okay.
going to say it right there. Well, I didn't
We got a
want to say
173. Is that right?
I can't say.
Well, if he gets it right, he can win.
that. But yeah. But
You can
it
say right or
has to
wrong.
be to the 10th. To the 10th.
Well, so 173 means 173.0. Is that right?
Yeah, 173.00.
No, not right.
No. Okay, how about one? Yeah, we know that's not right. All right, how about this one, Joe?
Nope.
All right. While we're tracking these numbers, Joe, tell us why you think that manufacturers should sponsor competitors.
Oh, this is a great subject.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have heard multiple times, and it really made me mad. I'm not going to lie about it. But multiple times that, that the SPL competitors, the SPL subs, amplifiers don't pay the bills. Okay? Basically. They sell more entry-level equipment, et cetera, and I get that. I'm 100% agreement with they do sell a lot, probably more entry-level equipment than they would their higher-end audio stuff, okay, like the SPL, stuff like that. However, the higher-end audio stuff is where they get their big videos from. That's where they get their free advertisement from. And I'm going to say it like that for a reason. Unless you gave it to you, then that was free advertisement. How much is 2 million views worth to a company?
I
want you to think about how much I just spent on a GoDaddy website versus how much is 2 or 3 million views worth with your company's subs doing hair tricks and all over YouTube. So there's got to be a value to those videos. There has to be some sort of value.
Yeah.
If they're willing to pay X amount of money for other sorts of advertisement, I honestly believe the SPL world has its spot as advertisement as well. Now, I'm not saying people should, get free stuff or whatever, unless that they've been with the company or trying to make a point. But I highly believe that the companies are losing out right now from actually, and I get it. A lot of people will call in and say, hey, I want 415s and I want them half off and I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And then that company gives it to them at half off. And then that customer just disappears. So that's hurt a lot of competitors trying to get discounts and stuff like that, is because other people not keeping their word.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get why they're scared to put an investment out there, as an initial investment, but there definitely is money to be made from these companies with the SPL scene.
Yeah.
Or competitor scene. The videos themselves, they don't tell how much money YouTube has had to pay out with just Jonathan Price alone. Go look it up. Go look up his net worth on his YouTube videos.
You're right.
And it is unreal. So if YouTube can pay that kind of money for advertisement, what is it worth to the companies? So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Well, I think the competitors are influencers, so that's in our world. So that's why I think they should be sponsored. But there's a lot to a sponsorship. It's not just scores and videos. You gotta be careful of the music you play. You don't want to be vulgarities and stuff. I'm not going. We don't want. I don't. I'm going to speak for Kicker, though I can't speak for Kicker. But I guarantee you, I don't care what you have. If you got obscenities and you're not an upstanding person, you ain't getting close to them, regardless of what you do. It's just not going to happen, So a lot of people, they forget about being an upstanding citizen in the community as part of a requirement.
How many views do you have, Hi-Fi? I mean, it's not about making the money. It's just about maybe getting the...
Now, hold on now. See,
hold on. Wait. You might have made $12 off those videos, but if Jonathan Price would have posted one video of your equipment, I guarantee he would have made thousands.
Yeah,
he did mine
so
a couple times.
That's where I come in at, is saying there has to be some kind of value to advertisement.
Really? Oh man, yes.
If you don't make money off SPL products, stop selling it.
Well, the SPL products sell the other products. That's what I think.
I've been trying to say that forever.
Yeah.
You're right.
As a competitor,
100.
I'm hard-headed as can be when I believe something. I won't change my mind about it. This is something I strongly believe in, is the competitors, they have value. Competitors have value.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak for all competitors when I say they have value. Whether or not it can benefit that particular company and their goals is one thing.
Right.
But there are startup companies that need competitors. Without competitors, they will not grow. They will not, it just won't happen.
Right.
That's all I'm trying to say. Not that, these companies, I'm sure they have their graphs and they know what they sell and they know what pays their bills. Every company what you were just saying, every company pretty much knows what works for them. They might have tried stuff in the past and it failed. I'm just saying, as a competitor, I believe that we have a value as well.
100%. Our time, our effort, our gas money, our hotel rooms, our not being with the wife for the weekend or being with the wife but she's upset. I mean, all that, it all matters, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of friends and a lot of people that want to spend their time and effort and not charge for it. And I try to tell them, your time is worth something. Regardless of what everybody else thinks or what anybody else thinks, your time is worth something. Same with Joe, same with Billy, same with anybody. I mean, the time that you spend behind anything, regardless if a company gives it to you for free, that has to matter for something.
Yeah.
That bill didn't get where it was without you putting all that time and effort and money and love into it, regardless of the equipment. You know it as well as I do. The equipment is shit without a good build.
Now, I'm not saying that if just some random guy calls a company and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna start going to shows, give me a discount." I'm not saying that's how that should work. But if you have a guy that has a reputation for going to shows, he's been doing it for a couple of years, and he's, he hasn't caused any disturbances or any problems, and he says, "Hey, look, I would like to run your equipment." I believe that that particular person can be a benefit to that company in more ways than one.
Yeah. Yeah. But I say this, and you gotta prepare. If you want a sponsorship, man, you need to prepare, you need to document the things you've done. But because you have to show them. I gotta get back to my New York accent instead of my down south accent. But you have to show them your value to them. I mean, they're not gonna just pass the stuff out to you, So you gotta demonstrate your value to them. Base Wars. I say this, and I really believe this from the bottom of my heart. When I first talked with Kip at Kicker, I think he'd come on as a charity case. But now I think we're doing them a good job for I think we advertise well for them. But at first, they took a leap, and then I took a leap. So, but at first I didn't say, "Hey, I'm doing," but now I can say I'm doing. Big difference. But before I says I'm kind of doing, but now I'm doing. Now I got 150 shows a year, easy, and that says something.
You got your companies that their name's been out there 30 plus years, like Rockford, Kicker, Sony. I hate not to name all the great names that's been in audio, but those names people know because they've been there 30 years. They might not need the advertisement like a startup company would. Okay. A startup company, in my opinion, they need somebody out there pushing their equipment. That's more. I wanted to express that as well. Do I think that it would make a dent in Kicker's pocketbook if they sponsored somebody or not? No, because they've been in business 30 years.
And
Do
it
I
would
think
also
it can help them? Yes, but
it would be also hard for them to track that.
It would be.
It'd be very difficult. And that's where I stand.
I need to step off and go to the little boy's room, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's like we were talking. I've put your logo on a couple of videos. We'll never know. We will likely not know. You got no way to track it. It's hard. Advertising, marketing is hard to track.
you also have to believe in it too. If that was not something that, let's say I wanted to do with an open heart and just wanted to do it, then I could sit there and say all kind of negative things about it all day. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm happy as can be that I've got my logo next to Base Wars like that.
Right.
I'm happy as can be about it. And at the end of the day, I won't be able to see that, no numbers on a piece of paper somewhere that shows me if that works or not.
You'll never
but
know.
My name was there.
Right.
Yeah.
Discount code. Yeah.
I'm gonna have like a ton of emails later from all the manufacturers, customers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, that's how come, I've not taken any sponsors before. There have been some people kind of mention it. And of course, I'm interested, right? But I don't know what I can give them for value.
So many times when you talk about stuff like that, it's all not you in general, Mr. Billy, but when most of the time when that conversation gets brought up, there's never a competitor in the room to voice his opinion.
Yeah.
And as a competitor, I'm speaking for all competitors. We have value, and that cannot be said enough. I believe that we have been underappreciated for so long now that and I'm not saying everybody, I'm not saying all companies, just it's happening, and I really feel like that there's got to be a point in time when that there's got to be a happy medium there. It's got to be a happy medium.
Yeah.
I go to all these shows, not just baseball, all the other orgs, and where's everybody at? Where are the manufacturers at? As a competitors around the world, we want to know, where are y'all at? We was here when y'all went to shows. We are here now when you're not going to shows.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah, you're right.
So from a manufacturer standpoint, and this is, it just is what it is. And I'll use Base Wars as a bad example, okay? How does Base Wars get new blood? I don't mean competitors. How does Base Wars bring traffic? If they're going to spend money, they want traffic, right? And how does it's up to me as Base Wars to bring that traffic to them, so that
it's not all up to you. It's on them to do the legwork too.
No. It's my show. They can't do the legwork. They don't know where I'm at, that kind of thing. But so like a local show, it's kind of up to me as a promoter to promote it, right? Or if I'm with somebody else doing a show, it's up to us to promote that thing. Let's use Scraping as a good example. Scraping would be a good show for them, or Slamology, because look at the traffic that Slamology brings, right? I get that, but for the manufacturers to give Base Wars money, what am I bringing them for what we do, right? The manufacturers already know the competitors. Most of the competitors know the manufacturers already. So we need new blood there. We need fans, and not only fans, Dan Current.
It's different when a competitor goes to a show and gets to see that manufacturer in person rather than online. It's when they get to speak to a person with a product right in front of them, and they get to tell that person, hey, I've got this build. What can you do to help me with my build? And then that's up to them to sell their product.
Yeah,
I
that's
went
a good point.
as a sponsor, and I go to a Base Wars show and I set up a tent and a booth. It's up to me to sell a design to somebody. It's not up to Base Wars. It's up to me to sell my product.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
So you asked, what can Base Wars bring to them? Base Wars brings their competitors to them.
More people to them.
That's true.
Because they want to run their brand because of what Billy has said, what Joe has said, what Jimmy has said, what anybody in this has said. I mean,
if it didn't work, we live in an era of Facebook, internet, Twitter, YouTube, all these free platforms to advertise on. Not saying it's all free. Mm-hmm. And then you've got, back in the 90s, these companies would fight for a spot at these shows. Okay?
Right.
They would, probably fight over whose booth was closest to the meter, Yeah. And now you go to a show and there's not one manufacturer there. And it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, nobody at all. I mean, it's rare to ever see any of the manufacturers anymore. I mean, there's a couple of them, and I'm going to throw it out there. Sundown, they throw a show every year, and they have quite a few different organizations. Base Wars is there, I mean, there's quite a few different organizations there that he actually, he throws the whole show. He puts the bill. He does it all.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I'm not saying all manufacturers.
Well,
I'm
I know.
saying-
I'm just saying. I was
Yeah.
using him as an example. When's the last time, besides Jacob, have you heard of a manufacturer doing that? I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. When was the last time you heard of DD throwing a show at their shop? When is the last time you heard of, just any of the other brands? And I'm sorry, I'm not throwing names out there,
Yeah,
but
I don't
think
I
about
don't want to mention like a specific manufacturer because I just don't believe in any of that kind of stuff, especially on what people's watching. But the last shows I remember seeing manufacturers is maybe the owners walking around, talking to people, and that's great. If they don't if they just go to a show and talk to people, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I've seen, Sundown, I've seen, Apex, I've seen Savard, I've seen, there's multiple other ones I've seen, okay, at shows, talking to people and interacting. Some companies I just haven't seen in a long time. You get, especially like some of the older, I guess the battery companies, stuff like that. Now, I ain't talking about like XS. I'm talking about some of the other ones that nobody's heard of in forever. I don't even know if they exist.
Right.
Prime example is the last time, I'll say it, I don't care. Last time I seen Ecstatic, I think it's Ecstatic Battery.
Static
Batcat.
battery.
Is that the
Batcat,
same one?
yeah, Batcat. I seen them at Scraping the Coast last
Me
year,
too. Yeah.
but they could go to more shows and advertise more.
Yeah.
But that's up to them to do that. But I think they would profit from going to these shows. That the question you asked me earlier is, if they don't advertise, nobody knows about them. I guarantee you go to a Base Wars show, ask 9 out of 10 competitors, what is a Batcat? And none of them are going to be able to tell you the answer to that. And the reason is that is because they don't go to the shows.
Yeah.
They don't
We-
advertise like everybody knows who XS Power is. That's a given.
Yeah.
But
He spends
there's
a
something
lot-
like that. That's what I'm trying to say is there is a value to it.
I agree, 100%. 100%. I mean, and I think a lot of people and
C-Max batteries. Who did Ford or C-Max advertise them batteries?
No.
The competitors did it. The
yeah,
competitors have a value. You can't even find them things no more because competitors bought them all up.
yeah,
Right.
That's
absolutely.
what I was trying to say. That was a perfect example of a competitor and the value that we have.
100%. If it wasn't for the competitors, the C-Max batteries would still be laying all over the shelves, and
The
they'd
salvage yards.
be
yeah.
worthless right now. 100%.
I agree.
Right.
So that was probably the best example I could have ever used was a C-Max battery.
Yeah.
I agree. I really do.
You go to a show, there's going to be somebody there, multiple builds with C-Max batteries. And that didn't take a manufacturer, it took competitors.
That's true.
So
Batteries
that
are
was
2 years old
perfect
and
example.
probably with 100,000 miles on them, and they're still using them.
Yeah. Right.
so I'm going to get
It's true.
emails from manufacturers, battery manufacturers, and they're all going to be cussing me out at the end of this show.
You're gonna have
Wouldn't
like
be my first rodeo.
Scotty's gonna hit you up in your private messages like, "Damn it, Joe, what the hell?"
Anybody that knows me knows I have the best intention by heart, and I'm just speaking for the competitors.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And that's what we like about you, Joe. You have no loyalty or no brand name. You're just whatever's gonna help whoever helps.
Yeah, I want to see everybody succeed. All businesses, all brands, all
Yeah,
everything. I would like to see the audio world grow and grow and grow. That's what I really want to see happen. I don't want to see one company fail. Not one. Even if it's one I don't like. I wish
Right.
we're all the best.
We got Mr. Will himself in here.
No doubt.
Mr. Savard in the house. Wow. Joe said his name.
I've
That's
seen him
why.
at several of the shows. He comes to the
Oh,
Lafayette ones.
Yeah. I've seen
Anywhere close to him, and that's not really close, but he gets out.
Yeah, my email's about maxed out, by the way.
I think
Right?
you've helped Mr. Savard a couple times, haven't you, Billy? With a truck of
Helped.
his?
Yeah. Keith Payne was actually the major helper, but I looked at the truck a lot.
What?
She's coming in to yell at you because your emails are blowing up. Hi, Mama.
Right?
There's
I'm
the,
all
true
dirty.
brains, there's the true brains behind Noisy Labs right there. right
Right.
there.
I don't know what I'm doing.
She holds the rock. She holds it all down.
Right.
She's the boss.
Yeah.
That's right. I am.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Lithium might be banned from competition. It's only going to take one reckless setup to burn down during the show. See,
Oh, I want to know what that was said.
Yeah, post that. Joe can't see that, Billy.
oh, my bad. So I could see this. I would say this, though.
Not no worse than if you had 12 AGM batteries or 12 lead acid I know people don't use lead acid batteries. I'm just saying this out there. It doesn't matter what you have. If your wire comes loose and you're not fused, or even if you are fused and something fails, you can
Yes.
still blow everything up.
It doesn't
Now,
matter.
some things are more safer than others, yes. But I've seen a lot of builds fail because of installation.
Well, I can't speak for the other orgs, but I know that I had another business that taught me the value of not making a rule because of one idiot. You know, so I probably would never make that rule. I would just probably, hey, you know, it happens and go on. Because I ain't real big on the rule on having a lot of rules anyway. But even if it's a malfunction on the battery itself, if that happens, I don't think I would make a rule. The other orgs may, but I don't think I would.
I think I
So
would get
whoever
suggestion.
got closest to this number, I guess, wins. You want me to go ahead and show it?
No.
Okay,
No.
I'm going to show it.
Did anybody get it directly?
I don't
Joe,
know. I can't see them.
Have your wife send me a private message with that number. Can you do that,
I-
please?
I'm going to step around. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can know that number because they have until 8 o'clock tomorrow to get that number correctly. So if you're not watching the video tonight, and you hit the number, me and Billy are going to have to watch this video back to back. Sorry, Billy.
Yeah, no, that's good.
But
Yeah. So you know, I didn't notice one little detail in this comment.
yes.
He says he feels like do it yourself lithium.
But here though, see, and I've heard this.
Well, no, I don't think that would ever happen for us either. I think
Not for us, but it has happened at other shows. They
Has
have
it really?
put out DIY batteries because
wow.
we'll just say North Star is sponsoring their builds or sponsoring their shows. So if
Look,
North
man.
Star is sponsoring your shows, they don't want anything else.
I'm new in the sponsorship game. Joe is our very first one other than Kicker, right? Kicker come on with us a long time ago. But if a sponsor ever tells me that I can't allow something, I'm not interested anymore. I'm just not. You know, if the competitor wants to run what they want to run, that's not on me. And
I have the number, so you guys keep guessing for the rest of the night. You have until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And then Denny Eddie a minute ago, sorry, I don't mean to be rude. He also wanted to throw another one in there because I think he's feeling generous tonight. Let me see if I can scroll back up. He said that if anybody can, there it is, right here. Free registration for the show, July 16th in Oklahoma. If you can guess this answer right here.
That's a pretty good one.
So that's 2 giveaways we're doing tonight for free competitors at the July 16th Oklahoma show up in, I almost said Stillwater, up in Oklahoma. The Kicker is sponsoring. If you can answer them questions,
probably ought to make that one before the show ends.
before the show ends, you think? Okay. Well, are you okay with that, Denny? I know you're still watching possibly, but I agree with that one. We'll give you guys until the week before the show.
No, I mean this show.
Oh, this show. Oh, okay. I was like, if you want to go that far, but that's going to be a lot of watching. Okay.
Billy says right
Yeah.
now.
Right
Yeah.
now. Sorry.
now.
Right now.
That information is attainable pretty easily for anybody.
So
That's the reason I say.
if anybody going to the show in July 16th Oklahoma can tell us when Billy started Base Wars, you'll get a free entry. And also, if you could tell us the loudest number that Joe Price could do in the van, not did, but could do in the van, you get a free entry as well. Down to
I got
the
that.
tenth.
He could have did a
Down to the
190.
10th.
I
I
got it.
don't want to hear the guessing. I want to the 10th.
No. He could have did a 190, but he didn't test enough. Give me my run. Right, Joe?
He never
No.
turned it up. We already said you didn't count, Jordan, so back off. Nobody in Team Notorious could ever comment on that one. Period.
That's just wrong.
The bad thing is I don't really keep, like, I can't hold a secret in to save my life. Like, you say, hey, man, what's the bill doing? I'm just going to blurt it out.
Yeah,
I'll be untexted you the answer before you even ask me a question.
right.
You let me get my meter set up and I see a 140, I'm fixing to tell it all.
Yeah.
I can't keep nothing secret. I've been doing a live video feed of my first burp just because I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to get to start on my truck really soon. I'm excited about it.
And then if it just don't do the number I want it to do, I'd be like, oh, I still got 4 clicks left. So you can always
just
use
turn it a
that.
little further.
Yeah. I wouldn't be the first competitor that ever used that excuse.
Right?
Yeah. Or I built it for
I
Lowe's.
see it weekly. I see it weekly.
Joe, just say it. No, we don't want him to just say it. You have until 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Right?
I have the actual number, so
That is the loudest score I've ever seen on a term lab with the van I had, period.
absolutely full tilt. No guessing, just
Okay, so Tag, tell us.
That
give
was
us a little-
everything was fresh. Everything
For
was
those of us
fresh.
that
and-
don't know, what was in there? How much power? What batteries? What speakers? You know,
Oh, great.
because they
All right,
might be
so-
thinking you're talking about 2000 Civic.
What we're going to start off with, I had 12 JY80 lithium batteries. Travis Young and
Yeah.
Yui. They was what they called the cased 80s.
Yeah.
They were real super slick. I had no trouble with those batteries. Those batteries were amazing. I had 12 Def Bonts DB3 series 3-inch core 15s in a fourth order. I had 12 Def Bonts 7500 watt amps, everything wired at half ohm, rising to 1.3 for a full burst. And I will say this is not a telling of the score, but at one show, and it was a non-extreme cabin. I wanted to express that.
Right.
Non-extreme cabin. So I did start out music at one show at a 171.1 for a death match in Indiana. So that's the only score I can tell you. So
Okay, here's
I hit-
another. Here's
I'll say
another. What was your power? Or I'm sorry, what was your power clamped and what was your voltage? Just so maybe some brains can get up in there. What was your power that you clamped and what was the voltage?
for the 171,
No, for your highest number.
all of it.
Yeah.
You can't remember. It's been that long.
No.
Okay.
It was over 7,000 a woofer. I'll put it that way. It was like 7,900 somewhere in there.
Dang.
But you got to realize I had those amplifiers, at 16 volts, and I did not have any kind of voltage drop hardly at all. So
That's what I was going to ask. What volts was you at 16, 16.5?
I think I charged those up to 15.7 because I think those amps would cut off on me if I went any higher than that.
I
So
couldn't get any more than 15.9 out of mine before they shut off.
I think 15.7-ish is where I would charge up to, and then hit it from there. But I don't. Those batteries are strong. I didn't have any trouble. like 3-minute death match, I would go down to 13 plus, but I don't think I ever seen 12s or 11s out of them for sure.
Dang. Wow.
But that's 3 minutes of just, beating on them batteries with
Yeah.
the van off, no alternator. So that's a,
Just battery.
Yeah,
Just-
I was gonna say I never seen the van running ever.
I
It was
couldn't
in
let
the
it run.
lanes when you were
It would-
demoing.
It would knock it in gear. The base would put it in gear.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would hurt.
I broke the steering wheel in half when I went to New Mexico. Drove it all the way over there, did the 3-minute death match, and when we got done, half the steering wheel was just flopped over. So we had to make
Nice.
these studs to stick in there to stick the steering wheel back together so I could drive it back home.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, our Jordan has got that van right now, right?
Yes.
15.8. I think Jordan's right. It's either 15.7 or 15.8 on the voltage. I don't think I could go above 16. I think they would go and protect.
Yeah, see,
But yeah,
I got
Jordan
right at
Acosta
59 for
has
mine.
got the van, and they've done some amazing numbers with it. And
He did
I'm
the
very, very
71.
happy they've got it.
He came to Base Wars before he became a judge, and he put up our first 71, I think, or 70.99, I think. It
Yes.
was whatever it was. It was the first one that we had.
If Jordan was to have some fresh equipment in that van, it would really show what it could do. That's really all I can say about
I
that.
was gonna say the last time he still had the same subs that you had in there, the same
Yeah.
ones that we duct taped up and that had
Heavily used.
thousands of CA glue on there. We had to pull the subs apart. Yeah. I don't even want to go to that. Oh, there you go. 170.99. His first Base Wars show, I believe.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that was this first Base Wars show. It was hilarious. Joe, this was in Slidell, Louisiana. I had gone down there the first time, sat by myself. Nobody came to the show. I went down there the next time. I think one guy came to the show, and he came from the same town I came from, right? The next time I went down there, I think we had about 4 or 5. And then the next time we had like 40 competitors, which means 100 people. And that's the show that Jordan and them had came to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The problem with the van was anytime you try to turn it above 170, you never knew what was going to break as far as the van was concerned. It would rip your engine housings out of there. It would rip holes in the roof. It would destroy windshields. It would just, if it could destroy something, that broke the steering column. I've done
Right.
so many crazy things that it just, if it could break it, it did break it. So,
Hey.
that was one of the things that every time you turned it up to that level, it was
And
always
that's one of those old metal vans, like a put together van.
That was the old
What
steel.
year is it?
a 90. It was a 94, but
Oh,
it
wow.
was the square body steel. It was
Yeah, it looks like an 80 something. I thought it was
I was
80.
gonna say-
well, it's the same body style. I think they changed it in 95. They should have said 93 or 94, but hey, that's true. I forget about that. At finals, the actual front bumper fell off on one side. It actually fell and hit the ground. I guess the bolts vibrated loose, and the front, it just fell down. Now that was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But I had so many competitors and friends and teammates support me with that build when I was ready to give up on it, or when I was just in tears because something wasn't going my way on it. I put a lot of time and work into that thing. So did me and my friends, and my wife especially. And that is where the competitors really shine sometimes, is helping each other out.
Oh, yeah, man.
So now that's why I wanted really to start the whole Noisy Boy Labs and doing designs. Take some of the experience I've got and maybe help some newcomers.
Yeah.
I don't know everything. I do my best. Everything I do, I really put all my heart into it. I do my best, and I will spend hours on the phone with somebody just trying to help them diagnose something, or
Yeah.
maybe
I
so they
actually
can be happy
seen
with
that
their build.
where Paul shattered his steering shaft under the hood. That vehicle that Paul has though, that's pretty nasty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Have you seen that one, Joe? Paul Nacer's Tahoe.
I believe I have.
It's
I,
especially he's did some really nasty modifications over the last month. It's all steel up front, and
Mm.
he's waiting to hurt me. He's waiting to hurt me, but I won't get in. It's another. I had seen him at finals this year actually. He was tapping people out. He was breaking shit left and right and didn't care. Just kept going, full knobs.
one of the builds that I like the most, I think that I've seen the most improvement on the Base Wars is BJ Smith, I think is his name. He's
DJ?
yeah.
Yeah, over in Alabama.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little car of his has come a long way. It's that's just a fun little car.
It is.
Builds like that, they're not exact, showroom quality by no means. But as far as competitor SPL ride goes, it's great. I mean, he did a great install on it, and I think something like that right there. Somebody starts from at one level, and then a year they get to another level, and then after 2 years they hit that next level. I love that part of this.
Yeah. I'm not sure. How long is that car? I think it hasn't been together probably a year, huh?
Yes, but as long as he's had it together, he's gained and gained and gained.
Yeah,
Every time I see it at a show, he gets louder and louder.
That's what I'm saying. It's still relatively new.
And I think he has like budget subs and stuff in it. So that's really cool.
He told me, but I don't think he's got more than a couple thousand, at most a few thousand in it. Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
So it's competitors like him that really make it fun for me. Now, I didn't help him with his build. Everything what he's got going on has been all him or his team or whoever. But I'm just saying, somebody like him that I've actually been able to go to shows and watch and go to the next show, and you don't know what to expect. You don't know if it's going to be the same or louder or what he got up his sleeve. Stuff like that is what makes the competitor scene so fun for me.
DJ's very competitive, and I know what made the difference for him, and that is competition. That dude says, I'm going to beat that guy, and he went home and did it.
He sure did.
That was it for him. That's what drives him.
Yes, Paul.
So I like watching, I watch everybody's builds more than people think I do. And so I kind of pay attention to certain things that most people wouldn't pay attention to. And then the next time when I see them get louder, I get in my mind, hey, what's different about that build?
Yeah.
And so that's a fun aspect for me.
Yeah. Well, he's got a unique position that he puts his body in when he meters. Says it makes a half a decimal difference.
It will.
Yes, I guess there will.
I think it was Brett's Ford truck that everybody used to pile into to gain like a half a dB back in the USAC days back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes a difference of how your body's sitting in there and where you're sitting at in meter placement.
It does. I remember like when I first built the Nitro, Drew used to tell me if I would get somebody bigger than me to sit in there, it would actually make a difference. And I used to laugh about it and think he was just joking because they've always made fun of me being a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually tried it once. I think maybe it was Drew that actually sat in there, but somebody sat in there that was a bigger guy than me, and it made a huge difference. And I couldn't understand that, but I mean, after he explained it, he was like, "You're taking up more cabin space. It's more displacement."
And see, I was going to go on a diet. Now I'm not.
Yeah, it made perfect sense, though. I mean, seriously, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff, and I've seen competitors roll up to the lanes, and they'll have somebody sit in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And, who am I to say anything? I mean, do what you got to do. But, I mean, they're taking up more cabin. I can get you 2 DV.
Right.
It was funny because the ongoing joke down here in the Midwest is every time I sit on somebody's windshield or sit up on the roof, I would gain them an extra dB. And they couldn't understand it, but They wouldn't want a big guy up there because they were scared they were going to dent the roof or break something. So they'd have somebody like me sit up there. I mean, 145 soaking wet, whatever. But still, just that little bit of a difference would help hold stuff together, and they would gain from it. And they're like, I don't understand it. And we used to, the ongoing joke around here was, if Jimmy sits on your roof, you're going to gain at least a dB.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't always true, but a lot of people used to think that. With his no, thank you. I'm not sitting on nobody's roof without undies. No, thank you. No, thank you. Especially
You know
the
it's
big
true.
bills.
You know it's true.
No, thank you. Especially the big bills. That hurts.
How would you know?
Right?
See, you've done it. Caught you.
No, I don't want to. I've had the drawers on, and I know the movement from that. No, thank you. I'm not going free. No,
Right?
no, thank you.
We believe you, Jimmy.
Not fair, Joe. Hush. Sorry, trying to just look at some of the comments here.
Well, so while you're looking at comments, everybody, if you participate in Base Wars, I'd kind of like to hear what you guys think would be some good awards. I'm about to do tag plates again, or else unless we come up with something else. In certain parts of the country, mainly like right here where we are, people getting kind of bored with them, but other parts of the country, they really, really love them, you know. But I'm fixing to, have a very large expense to go do more tag plates. So if that's not something that we want, then kind of need to know it. But also, if we were to switch awards, they would have to be feasible to mail out to the different judges and stuff. So shipping costs has got to.
No,
Yeah, I'm not doing trophies.
I'm sorry. Nobody wants any more plastic.
No.
trophies.
That's not it. That's not it. I would not. Base Wars would end.
I mean, everybody has thousands of plastic trophies sitting all over. The
Yeah,
trophies just
but
take
that's
up
not why. Why is I am not putting that stuff together. Just can't do it.
This is the coolest trophy. Sorry, Billy, that I've ever
It's
got
not. It's not.
No, it's
in my
not.
life.
No, it's not.
It's okay to
The
be
only
wrong.
you
Joe.
ever got was the briefcase full of money for your death match.
You are correct. Yes, that briefcase, that was the most awesomest
That
ever.
was the.
I was
Yeah.
talking about like a simple, just something that was kind of thrown together kind of thing. Because I really
Right.
thought this was unique. I got
Yeah.
that at the base sound check in Indiana. I just
So let
thought
me
that
ask
was
you
really
It
different.
is neat. It is very neat. Joe, what do you think that thing costs?
That I have no idea, to be honest with you.
That's the problem.
I'm not saying like
I know.
every show kind of thing, but this was like a death match award, and I just thought it was neat because it was something
It
that
is a
I
very
don't
neat
have
award.
already.
Yeah, it's a neat award. It's very cool.
Yeah.
So like I'm not talking about unique. I'm talking about our everyday kind of stuff. Give you an example. The
You
plaques.
already had them, Jason.
Yeah, we got those. Right. The plaques that we used to do would cost me about, right now I estimate about $225 to send Jimmy a set. Right. So
I
that kind of
understand.
makes that unfeasible. I bet there's no telling how much trophies would cost to ship.
Boy,
You know,
unrealistic.
the just plain small acrylic stuff, they can scratch, and they get to not being pretty.
Yep.
So I'm open to some ideas, but it's just got to be feasible, financially to get shipped to me and for me to ship out to all the judges.
It's funny though, and I'm not going to say this, and I'm not going to call out anybody else's names, but I will say in the last couple years, has been doing the license plates. I've seen quite a few other organizations switch to the license plates.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to mention any names or say anybody, but
I think nearly all of
other
them have.
organizations have switched to license plates after seeing what you have did.
Yeah, but Billy takes it to the next level. He puts the customers' builds pictures on them license plate.
All
Do you know
right.
how cool that is to have your,
Right.
your box or your bill on the license plate?
Right.
I think that sets it. I think that's what sets it apart. You're not just getting a license plate. You're getting a part of,
Yeah.
that, maybe somebody you know's build or something. That.
Be honest with you, man. When what happened is when COVID happened, I could not get the plaques, and I had a show that weekend. I had to switch, and I didn't want to do those tag plates because it's just a flimsy piece of metal. But I had to, and once I did, and people saw the photos, and they were like, they're all in. They love it, right? And across the country in the new areas, they all really love it. But like right here where we are, they're tired of them. But we have a lot of shows, So
Up here, I've had people that have actually won first place, but because their build was on a third place trophy, they have traded their first place for a third place just so they could get that build.
Right. That's a cool thing, man. I think
it really is. They're giving up a first place trophy so they can get a third place trophy because it's got their build
that
on.
image. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So, but when you're choosing the awards, it's got to be feasible to ship, y'all. Just to give you an idea, when I pack 120 plates, it's what I'm about to mail Jimmy in the next day or two. That box, it's going to cost me about $65, probably,
for just the mailing, not what's
just the mailing. The plaques would have cost $200 and something easy. Because back when we've added a lot of classes since we had the plaques. The plaques, when I mailed you the first time, was $160.
$160, and that's when we only had like 50 classes, I think.
Well, it wasn't, 50 plates total. It wasn't even that many, I don't think. Yeah. I remember it was 2 boxes, I think.
Yes, sir.
But we've added a lot, so that makes the plaques kind of unattainable, and trophies. I guess in theory I could do them in kits, like just cut all the pieces and let you put them together, right? But now you're sitting Friday nights putting together trophies, That ain't no good. So we already do it for no fees compared to the other orgs. If we charge fees, we wouldn't get to have nearly as many shows. So I'd rather have shows than I had trophies, So anyway, but we're open to hearing anything. It's just got to be feasible, financially.
Absolutely.
It's got to be a major sponsor,
That too.
And the major sponsor, like trophies, that's major work too. That's a major work sponsor, because I don't have time to put together however many we do every week.
A lot.
Yeah.
Well, think about next weekend. If I just had one person that ran in each class and I'm running 2 shows right there, that's 120, 160 trophies that you would have to make if one person ran in each class.
Right.
And I ran 2 shows each weekend. You're talking 120 trophies each weekend.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
I love the base community and I do all I can for it, but I am not putting together trophies. I'm out.
I got you, Jenny.
I'm not doing that for you.
One more
Everybody
time.
see me now?
Yes, sir. We can see you. I don't think anybody has actually guessed on that.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you guys one more chance. Anybody that's coming to the Oklahoma show on July 16th, if you know when Billy actually started Base Wars, you will get a free admission. Or if you know what Joe Price, I guess, full tilt of the van number was, you'll also get a free run, sorry.
Huh.
Can I guess?
Sure. That'd be like letting Brett guess or Jordan guess or no.
What if I get it wrong?
Right.
173, 479, 379, 63.
Well, all right, sirs. It's about 9:00. I'm hungry. How about y'all?
Yeah. I agree. Sorry, I was trying to. read
Joe
it
was
off.
eating potato chips. He took a snack. That ain't fair.
Oh, he was at the beginning.
Look like Doritos.
Hey, I want
smell
to thank y'all for having me on tonight. I want to thank all my customers, everybody that has supported me. I'm excited to be, a sponsor for Base Wars.
We're excited about that too, man. Thank you.
Yeah. If any manufacturer didn't understand what I meant, feel free to message me. I would love to have a conversation about it. I didn't mean anything disrespectful or negative. I was just speaking from my heart and my own opinion. So that was really it.
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we appreciate, everybody that watches and tunes into the show, especially you, Joe, and everybody in your family that helps us out. It is what it is. I say it so many times, I think people would get to the point where they're sick of hearing me. Base Wars is about bringing the fun back to the lanes. And that's it in the nutshell. We're here to have fun, and we're here to make you guys have fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool atmosphere. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to play one small video. You can hang around and watch. It's the best video in the world. No, it's I can't remember how you phrase it, but it's a really, really good video. Maybe the best in the world. Is that the way it should say it?
Sure.
And so these two guys are going to pop off the screen, and I'm going to get that started, y'all, and we will talk to you guys later.
Noisy Boy Labs in the house. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, thank y'all.
See
Had a
you
blast.
guys. All right.